Hello, everyone. Welcome to Legally Yours. I'm here again with the absolutely fantastic Davina Jones, who is the Mumpreneur lawyer. Thank you for joining me, Davina.
Thank you, Karen.
Excellent. So in this episode, I was just really keen to delve a little bit deeper into how you actually work with mums in particular, being the mumpreneur lawyer, why you've selected to sort of niche your business in that way. And also let's just have a little bit of a chat about COVID-19 and what we're currently going through, because I think that there's some clear indications that mumpreneurs may be leading a new charge or a new wave of businesses coming out of this. So my first question to you, what was it about mums in particular that kind of really made you want to niche into that area?
So I've worked with small businesses for about 7 years now, and I found that mums were coming into their appointments with kids in tow, and usually when something was going wrong with the business. So I found it quite frustrating, and they did too. And then I think when I became a mum myself, all those difficulties really became quite vivid, and I found there was a real need for mums in business to get accessible legal advice so they could actually be proactive about things rather than waiting till things went wrong.
And I love that because my own experience of being a mum as well, I think that we do, particularly in those early days with young babies and toddlers, we feel really intimidated to start business. So the fact that these women have overcome that and they're running their businesses and doing that's a massive achievement. But also we tend to feel, I don't know, there's this sort of, because we kind of make apologies for where we sit within life. Oh, I'm sorry I've brought my children, or I'm sorry I've got the baby. But having a lawyer like yourself who not only had that experience working with businesses beforehand, but obviously then started your own law firm when you had a very teeny tiny little baby of your own, you were obviously able to make those mums feel incredibly comfortable. Is that sort of what you found?
Absolutely. I think when you're in the same boat, you can totally relate. And having a toddler myself who is quite, happy to run into the room anytime I'm sending an email or on the phone to a client, I find that I know exactly what other mums are going through when they're running a business, and we can just relate. We can be on the same page, and
I love it.
We know where each other's coming from. It also gives me the chance to be really flexible, and so that I've always offered appointments at night. So maybe when the kids have gone to bed, there's that
yes.
Ability to actually focus a bit more, particularly if it's a complex legal issue. I think that can be really of benefit.
Fantastic, because I know myself, I have to have my kids kind of either put somewhere else in order for me to put my business hat on. And it's a bit hard to do at these in these particular times. I really love the point that you made about sort of really being able to understand and relate to your clients, and often what you were seeing before was that they were coming to you too late when it was sort of going into perhaps litigation or disputes. So talk me through a little bit about how you work with these mumpreneurs. And the process of what you do now with them.
So I'm really trying to encourage mums to see me early on. So we offer a free consultation at the beginning, and with that I can give them just a broad outline of what sort of legals they need to be thinking about getting, and the costs that might be involved, and how they can perhaps spread out those costs over time so that they invest in the most important and pressing issues and the ways to minimise their legal risk early on, so that that they can budget and still get things in order so that they can protect their business down the track.
And I love that. I love the fact that you're able to really almost act like a sort of a pseudo in-house lawyer in these businesses, where they can pick up the phone, and obviously you're not a bill by the minute, bill by the hour lawyer, which means that you really become that trusted advisor in that process, which is just fantastic. So COVID-19, I've been seeing a lot of trends in terms of, and this is actually pre-COVID, where some of the mums that I was working with, particularly in the legal industry, who first joined Legally Yours, were always doing things differently. They seem to have a quicker uptake, not primarily because they were necessarily revolutionary or rebels, but more because they have to adapt. we as mums are used to adapting when it comes to sort of having children and being flexible and remote and doing different things. What do you see as a prediction for the change of, do you see there's going to be a new wave of these mumpreneurs coming through sort of post-COVID-19?
Absolutely, absolutely. I've already helped some new businesses get off the ground, which is amazing.
Yes.
And I think, you know, mums are brilliant at problem solving. So when there's something as big and overwhelming as coronavirus, it's really bound to spark innovation.
Yes.
I think we're already seeing it happen with the fashion companies manufacturing protective gear and businesses that, they wouldn't probably have been online for another 10 years, but they're rushing to get online. I think there's also a beautiful trend towards companies becoming more socially responsible and not just paying lip service to it, but actually acting upon their social responsibilities. But I think right now, being a parent and being a mum is really super hard.
Yes.
I mean, myself, I've got all the conflicting information. You know, your kid's okay to go to childcare, but we'll shut the playgrounds. Yeah. Or, you know, school's on, school's off. Who knows? So all this conflicting information it's really super difficult to be a parent right now. But I think as life becomes more manageable, all the ideas that are being generated and sparked right now, as our lives become manageable, we'll be able to actually get processes in place where we can act on those ideas. And some of them will certainly become, come to fruition as the businesses of the future.
I absolutely love it. So if this is relating to you and say you're a mumpreneur out there with a good, brilliant idea, but you're holding off because you're thinking it's not a great time, I'd highly encourage you to actually contact Davina and even have that chat, because you can obviously talk them through. And as you say, you can really consult with them, complimentary at the beginning, really help them structure out what those sorts of things need and budget and give that advice. So if you'd like to connect with Davina for a complimentary consultation through our platform, you can actually find her at legallyyours.com.au, or if you'd like to find out more about Davina's legal services, you can head direct to her website at www.mumlawyer.com.au. I'm so super excited to have you as part of our network, and well done on absolutely everything that you have been doing, particularly between these sort of, really chaotic times. So it's great to have you as part of the network.
Thank you, Karen. I'm just delighted to be part of it. Thank you.
Love it. Thanks, Davina. Thanks.